Hi, my name is Angelo James, a volunteer coach at the University of Georgia, and this is Sydney. She's going to be doing the demoing for all of us today. And first things we're going to go through is the clean. Okay, we're going to talk about the setup, the first pull, the second pull, the rack, and then two different types of catches that we can go through. Okay, first we're going to talk about the setup. You're going to walk up to the bar, approach the bar. You're going to have your feet about shoulder width apart. Okay, then you're going to put your hands just slightly outside of your legs, just outside the shins, and you're going to pull yourself into position so your chest is over your knees are over your toes, and that's the starting position. Now we're going to talk about the first pull. Okay, the first pull of the clean, you're going to get back into your setup. Okay, you're going to make sure that, one, the bar is tight to the body when you start. Okay, so just take your natural position, get in a good setup. Now the most important thing with the first pull is making sure that the hips and the shoulders move at the same time and the chest stays up. Okay, so you're just going to stand up, Sid, just like that. And that's basically the first part of the pull. Now the second part of the first pull is engaging the bar, bringing your hips up and through the bar, making contact and shrugging. Go ahead and give me a clean pull here. Good. Now we're going to talk about the second pull. Okay, the second pull, she's going to start from a hang position just to emphasize that we have already cleared the knees here. We're going to stand up. Okay, now we're going to slowly lower to where the bar is just slightly above the knee. Okay, then in a fast motion, coming up out to mid-thigh, engaging the bar again, and then giving me a high pull here, Sid. Good. Making sure you drop down, push the hips back, keep the chest up, and drive into a high pull. Thank you. Now, we're going to talk about the catch. Okay? We're going to receive the bar on the chest and the shoulders, making a shelf right here. Okay? Some people might have tight shoulders and might not have the flexibility to get all the way up. What we're going to do is teach the three-finger catch, okay, to get ourselves into that rack position. Now she's going to start from the ground, okay, going through the first pull. The cues we typically use for the first pull is push. Then the second cue for the second pull is going to be jump, and then we teach punch for the third cue. So keep the bar tight, push, jump, nice clean rack. Do another one for me. Really being violent with that elbow strike. Good. All right. What you just saw is her athletic catch, or what we call the athletic catch here. Okay. There are two different types of catching positions. There's the athletic catch, in which you just saw, and then there's another catch, or full catch. Some people call it Olympic. We simply just call it a swat catch. Good. Give me another one. Keep the bar tight, push, jump, punch, and sit is typically the cue that we use for that. And that's the clean. Now when it comes to missing the clean and ditching the bar, what you want to do is take a step back and allow the bar to fall in front of you, relaxing the arms and guiding the bar away from you. Now we're going to move on to the squat. The first thing we're going to talk about is the approach to the squat. And when you use the squat, or when you typically go to approach the bar squat, you're going to take a grip slightly outside shoulder width. Okay? It doesn't really matter. There's no set grip. Whatever the athlete feels most comfortable with, it's okay with us. But the most important thing is that they stay with that grip and they stay with that same setup every single time that they squat. So once they get their hands set, they're going to come up underneath the bar, get set, get both feet set underneath them, and then unrack the bar. When you unrack the bar, make sure that you take one step back each, get your feet set. Now your feet should be slightly set outside of your shoulder width with a slight quarter turn. Okay? Then we want to make sure that the elbows are driving them forward. Okay? Take a deep breath at the top. Hold that in. First motion is going to bring the hips back. Okay? And the only reason the knees bend is because the hips are pushing back to a parallel level. Now, what we call parallel is where the hip is equal to the knee. Go ahead and come up. Okay? Making sure that they drive their knees out as they come up. Now the key here is to make sure that you spread the floor with your feet, driving the knees out and maintaining good body and core positioning for each rep. All right, now we're going to go over the bench press. Now the first thing we're going to talk about with the bench press is the setup. Okay, making sure that you have a solid foundation and you have your feet underneath you when you set up with the bench. Okay, make sure you keep both feet planted as your first 2 points of contact. Then you're going to get settled underneath the bar, about eye level from the bar, making sure that you maintain that arch, bring your feet back just a little bit. Okay, make sure you have that good strong foundation. Squeeze and retract your shoulder blades back. Okay, and then we're going to coach it up with the thumb from the inside smooth, maintaining the 5 points of contact between the head, the shoulders, the hips, and then both feet. Okay? When we unwrap the bar, we want to pull it out, not lift up and then out. Okay, we're going to pull ourselves out, that way we maintain our shoulder position. Making sure that we punch the knuckles up into the ceiling. We're going to bring our elbows in as we come down, touch right below the sports bra line, and then coming back up. Okay? When you're spotting, make sure you take a good solid base and make sure you have one hand over and then one hand under. Now I wanted to thank you for your time for watching my video. I also want to thank the University of Georgia and Scott Sinclair and Ed Ellis for allowing me to shoot that video in their weight room. I tried to stay as close to their cues as I possibly could out of respect for their time in their weight room. They really do use push, jump, punch as their clean cues, and I'm not just using that for the purposes of this internship. And because Coach Ken, I know you wrote a book about that. Just trying to make sure that I pay respect where respect is due, and thank you guys for your time.